Better. Hey guys, how's it going? Nice man coming to you from the back of Grandpa and Grandma's playhouse. Mail call. Got 2 bits of mail today. Kind of half expecting a couple, but some of them, these 2 are both surprises. Riddle. So, slightly better weather today, not as hot. Yesterday was brutal. We were up in the 33, 34, and a humidex was up quite high. A little bit hard to take. Didn't really get much done. Sure, it's taken so long. My hands are kind of shaky today. Just one of the joys of MS. Don't trust me with sharp instruments. So what have we got here? Got a magnet. There you go. Red Chev truck. Get her done. That's cute. I like that. Especially the mater eyes on there. That really makes it. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. That's going to go in the on the cabinet. The other one here from one of our fearless leaders, B.W. Darren. And always nice to get stuff from them. Looking forward to meeting them next May. Amber and I are planning stuff already. We just haven't completely decided if we're going to bring our motor home or just drive down in our van, or maybe one of the Datsuns if I have one reliable enough to trust. So, well, because of the type of packaging inside, I am going to open it up so I don't damage it any further. I can see what it is. Opening up the side. Kind of looks familiar to me. Thanks, Darren, Andrea. But do you really think you should be sending your kids' toys to us? That's great. I actually collect Hot Wheels, and one of these days I am going to show my collection. Right now it's hard to get to. It's in the 3rd bedroom of our house, and I originally set that room up for my die-cast cars and Hot Wheels, and Amber's craft stuff is in there. But then things get going and you get busy and you tend to put stuff in, so it kind of got cluttered up. But I think I have in the package, I think I'm probably pushing 2,000 Hot Wheels. Some of them going back to the, I think, late 70s, early 80s, I think, are my earliest ones. It's still in the package. And I have A whole bunch of the original ones, but none of them in the packages. I have the ones that I had when I was growing up, which were, I obviously got them and played with them when I was a kid. Still have them. In fact, the only cars that I don't still have from being a kid are the ones that my kids got a hold of and broke or lost or something. For the longest time, in fact, I didn't even bring my toys home. They stayed at my mom and dad's, so the kids had something to play with there. On one or two occasions, one of my granddaughters came up a couple years ago and, Grandpa, can you open this? No, Grandpa can't open that. So she thought that was okay. Went and asked Grandma, Grandpa can't open this, can you open it for me? I guess she figured that I didn't know how or wasn't capable of it. And the kids are really actually pretty good. They can get in the back room, and some of the open die-cast cars I have are on a shelf. And they can get at them, and they rarely, at first they go in and they want to play with them because they look like toys. And they've wanted to play with them and dug one or two of them out, and we just tell them nicely, those are special ones, and put them away, and they have their own to play with. And they're good with that. There's no shortage of toys here. It's supposed to have nice weather for the next few days. It's not a cloud in the sky right now. It's about 22 or 23 degrees. It's absolutely perfect for me. And not a breeze. The trees aren't moving at all. So we get a little bit of a break before the sun goes down and the mosquitoes come out. I was working on the motorhome a little bit today. Nothing too earth-shattering, but I'll show you what I did. I had to fix this part of the door. This was cracked at several places and wouldn't slide because this piece was too tight. So I had to trim that down and get it so it doesn't bulge as much. And I had to fix the cracks. I used a soldering iron to do that. I don't know if you can see the repair there. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's a 26, 27-year-old camper. So I could, if I wanted to, I could sand that, but if it got any worse, I would just go and buy a new one. So I just fixed the cracks. And, but what I did was, this is the handle to get in and out, which is a little bit small, and with my balance, I want to be a little more sure. And at the local Princess Auto store, which is kind of like a Harbor Freight type thing, they had these. I think I paid $10 or $15 for this, and it is from a motorhome, and it's a folding handle. In order to get it out, you just lift up on it and swing it out to where you want it, and you got a good handle to get in and out of the camper. So it's fairly solid. I was able to get into the structural wood in the camper, and in order to mount it, I had to put it right down onto the top here. And then when I put it up, this would have come just above this upper bracket. So I tucked it underneath instead, so there's just a slight gap under here. I could bend this and close it down. I might do that in the future, but first couple times we use it, we'll see how it works. But I've seen things like this on the bigger motorhomes, and it looks good. It should work fine for me. I'm going to do some repairs. My portable garage took a bit of a hit. We had a couple of bad storms the last couple of days. I shot some footage of it, but it wasn't really anything worth showing, just a lot of wind and lightning and a little bit of rain. And I knew this on my portable here. This tarp was several years old. Knew it was getting bad. I'm going to get in trouble by the YouTube police here. But I'll just show you briefly and then get out. But you can see I had a failure there. And that was a new tarp last year. So it's just the wind came in and blew hard and kind of shredded it. So mind you, it was just a cheap tarp. I was thinking of buying a couple new tarps and throwing them on there, but my son AJ was here last night putting a rad in his car, and he suggested that I instead of that, I should get some of the metal roofing and put metal roofing on the top of it. I could put tarps on the sides. So I'm going to look into that. I'm going to take some measurements of it, and because to buy a tarp big enough to fit that's going to run me $80, $90. So, if I got more than 1 year out of that last tarp, then I would have likely gotten another tarp, but it's a lot of surface area to have flapping in the wind. And with good weather coming now, would be a good time to do it. Also, I want to finish that the race car and get it out of here. So with this weather, I'm doing stuff on the camper, and maybe I'll do a little bit of work on get some of the kitty hair on the welds on the race car and knock that down. And anyway, I'm just kind of rambling on, and I'm up to over 30 minutes, so I'm going to be splitting this into at least a couple of parts. And I think I'll have to take that magnet in and show Mama, and show the Hot Wheels that I got, the Hot Wheels Datsun 510 that I got from Darren. Thanks again, folks. I appreciate that. And I was just working the other day on finalizing a design for stickers. So I'm hoping within about the next week or so I'll have it figured out what I want it to be. I'm likely putting far too much work into it. It's just supposed to be a little identifying sticker, and that's just the way I am. Anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And I have a tendency to not do things if I can't do them to the exact standards I want. So, I'm going to see if I can get just a little bit more done tonight before the skeeters come out. They'll be out in probably, half hour, 45 minutes or so, if that. Still got some tools to put away from working on the camper today. And, like I say, there's a few clouds to the west that are coming this way, but other than that, really nothing. A couple of jet streams, contrails, I should say, and very, very little wind. The odd branch is flickering, so it'd be nice if everyone could have weather like this. Anyway, take it easy. Have a good one.